Yeah, you know, we had a good focused practice today. This is the first time we did what we call our 8-minute drill, where the ones are down by 10 points. The twos, you know, are trying to hold on to the ball and score. The ones got to score fast and then get the ball back. And we went through it, and you get put in a lot of different situations, whether you're in a 4-minute situation like the twos were, a 2-minute situation like the ones were, and it was good competition. You know, at the end of the day, the twos held on. They had a stop at the end, got a sack in a 2-minute situation, which you can't take on offense, and they were able to make a play. Now, we didn't have officials out here. They probably would have had a pass interference, and those things happen sometimes.
A lot of people were saying at scrimmage they were kind of surprised that the defense wasn't the one that kind of came out as the top unit, since that's traditionally been the case there. What was it that you take out of Saturday scrimmage from the defensive standpoint? I know you guys kept it kind of simple, but
well, you know, we were playing a bunch of young guys, and you know, we didn't, you know, Tyler didn't play, Deron didn't play, Charles didn't play. It's not an excuse, but the younger guys need to get those reps. They're not quite playing as fast or as physical as our starters are. We know what those guys can do. We want to see what the young guys can do against good competition. And I thought our quarterbacks were spot on. I thought we made some really good contested catches on offense, and I thought we blocked really well up front. So I don't look as much of a comment on the defense as I do that I think the offense did a nice job executing.
Running back situation, you guys got 2 experienced running backs there. Do you see, and with some of the uncertainties going into the season at other positions, do you see running being more of part of this year's offense and
well, I don't
50 times last year?
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to be more than. It's going to depend a lot on how people try to defend us. You know, a year ago we ran for more yards than we did when we had Robbie Rouse. So, you know, even though we threw for a ton of yards, we ran the ball a ton. And it's going to be a little bit like that this year. If they're going to try to overplay our passing game because we got good receivers, you know, we should run the ball more. And then some of our better players, as you mentioned, are, you know, our 2 starting guys, Martez and Josh returning. And then we got a couple other guys. Dontel's having a really nice camp, and Mice is running as well as he's run.
What is it that you're expecting out of the running backs, you know, particularly those 2 guys, after the years that they've had the past?
Well, I expect them to have their best year so far. You know, it's another year of being in the weight room, being more physical, being leaner. Another year of understanding our offense and playing faster, of understanding how defenses are trying to you know, attack us. Another year of, you know, catching balls. So all those things should, you know, go toward our guys playing much more efficiently. We've done a good job of ball security, which is always key. I think Martez and Josh especially do a great job of protections with their pass game they've got to do. It's all about just improving their overall game.
Some of those 2 running back sets that you have, what kind of potential does that create for you guys to attack with?
Well, again, because we're looking for our best 11, it may be 2 running backs with a quarterback back there. The nice thing, both of our running backs can catch the ball out of the backfield. We can break the formation and throw it to them. It gives us a lot of variety that we can do, and now, you know, when defense has to prepare for a 2-back running attack potentially.
And with some of those other guys, have the potential to throw in some other guys into the mix aside from Juice and
Oh yeah, I mean Malik's running really well during our 8-minute scrimmage today. He had a couple of tough runs where 3rd down and short, he's pushing the pile and getting the 1st down, and that's something that we're hoping that he really, you know, capitalize on this year. He's a big back. He's about 240 pounds, and he's got really good feet. And then Dontel's had a heck of a camp. He's a 225-pound kid who can really run. So we've got great competition there, and we're excited that, you know, we've got some depth there. Because if you've only got 1 or 2 running backs, you know, that 2-back set stuff goes away if you have some injuries and you don't have depth.
Tim, I talked to DeMar yesterday, and he was saying that he feels like the game has slowed down for him a lot. Is that something you've seen also from him out of camp this year?
Yeah, you know, that's typically the case. A guy, the first year coming in, it's like taking a sip out of a fire hose. It comes at you really, really fast, and the game just seems fast. DeMar's now been in our system. He's gone through a fall camp, a season, a spring, now his 2nd fall camp. Now he's able to just react and play, and that's ideally where you want to get everybody, where they can play at their highest potential, as opposed to, okay, I've got to line up here, and you're starting to think about things, and you're not, you know, playing in the moment. He's getting close to playing in the moment, and he's had a nice camp.
Am I right? He's like a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more physical?
Well, he's always been physical, but it's hard to be physical and aggressive if you're not sure of yourself or your assignment. And so now he's much more sure of himself. He's sure of his assignment. He's always had the ability and the physical presence, but now he's actually using it, and that's what's fun to see.
Coach, as far as the cornerback competition, do you like what you're seeing from your guys so far?
I do. We've had some guys nicked up, so we got a couple guys that have been out day to day, but our guys are competing. We've got some really talented young guys that are pushing, and if an older guy doesn't have a good day, we're gonna have one of those young guys ahead of him. And competition is gonna keep driving this thing.
I noticed you guys had Malcolm, right, getting some reps in at cornerback. What have you seen from him? What do you like?
Well, Malcolm's one of the fastest guys we have on our team. He's long, very, very athletic. He doesn't know our package as well as those other guys do, but he's just playing natural football. And you can see the talent that once he understands what's going on, he's going to be a force. And I think he's going to be a heck of a corner in our league. It's up to those older guys to hold off his charge right now and stay ahead of him.
He also has that return ability, doesn't makes his value go up.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got really good hands, really good wiggle, and a guy with that kind of speed, if he can make the first guy miss, can really have an explosive play.
How do you feel about the camp that Dylan Root has had so far?
He's been surprising. He's been bouncing back and forth between running back, slot. We had him at corner last year when we needed to. And then about halfway through spring training, we went through and put him back on offense. And I think he's really worked hard at his hands. He's making contested catches that he wasn't making before. And I've been pleased with what he's gotten accomplished so far.
Do you look at putting him in more of the set one role, or are you planning on?
Well, the thing that he brings is, he's one of the fastest guys on our team. He's got great speed. We're going to use him as a slot. He can stretch the field vertically, and then also from our fly sweep game, he can really get to the edge. So you earn those reps by how you produce, and he's starting to produce where, as a coach, you have trust in a guy that, hey, we got to find ways to get this guy the ball in his hands so he can make those plays.